Howie Roseman, the mastermind behind the Philadelphia Eagles front office, appears to have made a move behind the scenes that has left fans absolutely stunned. Rumors have been swirling for months about the stability of the Eagles roster, but few imagined that Jalen Hurts, the team's star quarterback who has led the squad with undeniable talent, charisma, and leadership, could actually be on the verge of leaving, according to unconfirmed sources. Roseman may have orchestrated a plan that involves a deep, strategic reshaping of the team over the next few seasons. This is more than a simple adjustment or minor roster change. It's a calculated overhaul that could fundamentally change the team's identity. Analysts are already speculating about Hurts' future, and each whisper from insiders seems to reinforce the idea that the Eagles are exploring options that go far beyond regular trades or minor signings. Fans, accustomed to trusting Roseman's savvy moves, are now facing unprecedented uncertainty, questioning whether their quarterback will stay or whether he could become the centerpiece of a trade that might redefine the franchise entirely. This potential shift isn't just about football, it's about loyalty, expectations, and the emotional bond fans have with Hurts, making the rumor both thrilling and terrifying in equal measure. The buzz surrounding Jalen Hurts' potential departure gains even more traction when considering Howie Roseman's history of bold moves. The Eagles executive has long been known for his long-term vision, often making decisions that surprise even the most confident fans, according to speculative insiders. The underlying strategy behind Hurts' rumored exit might be to create opportunities for rebuilding the roster around new cornerstone players, potentially targeting positions that have been overlooked until now. The goal would be to maximize the team's potential in the coming seasons, even if that requires giving up one of the league's most talented quarterbacks. Fans are understandably anxious, as losing Hurts would represent a radical shift in the team's identity. The psychological impact on players and supporters could be profound, and sources suggest that Roseman is fully aware of this, but seems willing to take the risk. Every subtle clue emerging from the front office is scrutinized, and sports experts are already debating how Hurts' possible departure could affect not just the roster, but also sponsorship deals, merchandising, and the connection between the Eagles and their passionate fan base, showing just how high the stakes might be if this rumor proves true. The speculation that Jalen Hurts might leave the Eagles does not come out of nowhere. Subtle signs have appeared in recent team decisions, certain signings, trades, and behind-the-scenes maneuvers suggest that Roseman might be laying the groundwork for something significant, something that could completely reshape the team's trajectory in the coming years. The way the front office has handled communications, keeping some negotiations secret while dropping cryptic hints in interviews, supports the idea that Hurts' departure is being seriously considered as part of a broader strategy. Fans are divided. Some insist Hurts is indispensable and believe any move would be far too risky, while others trust Roseman's long-term vision and speculate that he could be planning something monumental to elevate the team's prospects. Rumors indicate that any potential deal would be far from simple, likely involving multiple teams and high-value draft picks, demonstrating the franchise's willingness to bet big. Uncertainty dominates, and each statement from analysts or insiders only heightens the suspense, creating an environment where speculation feels almost indistinguishable from reality, and fans are left eagerly imagining what the Eagles' future could look like without Hurts at the helm. At the center of all this speculation is Howie Roseman, whose skill in orchestrating strategic moves is well known, yet now seems to have reached a level of audacity that surprises even NFL veterans. Unconfirmed sources suggest Roseman is carefully weighing all variables regarding Hurts' potential exit, including financial implications, roster dynamics, fan reaction, and the team's ability to remain competitive without their star quarterback. Sports insiders speculate that, should this trade or move happen, it could be a defining moment in Eagles history, altering expectations and perhaps even the identity of the franchise itself. The tension among fans and commentators is palpable, as everyone tries to predict future moves from a few subtle hints and patterns of behavior. This is proof that in professional football, nothing is guaranteed, and even the most solid players can become part of audacious deals. Meanwhile, the city and fan base are bracing for endless speculation, discussing hypothetical scenarios, and imagining how life without Jalen Hurts could unfold, revealing just how high the stakes are when a franchise like the Eagles contemplates a strategic shake-up of this magnitude. The quarterback market across the league has never been more volatile, And the rumors about Jalen Hurts leaving the Eagles only heighten the tension. Insider chatter suggests that Roseman is exploring every option, from multi-team trades to daring draft strategies, seeking the best path forward for the franchise. This meticulous approach underscores the executive's long-term vision and his reluctance to be swayed by outside pressures or emotional reactions. Meanwhile, fans and commentators debate endlessly about potential replacements if Hurts were to depart, tossing names into the conversation and imagining scenarios that range from likely to almost absurd. The emotional bond between fans and their quarterback amplifies the suspense, as any movement would be deeply felt across the city. Every snippet of insider information is dissected, fueling a sense of drama and uncertainty that mirrors the intensity of high-stakes games. The rumor that Hurts could leave has become the focal point of NFL discussions, dominating social media chatter, sports talk shows, and fan forums, keeping everyone glued to each development as they speculate on what could become one of the biggest moves in recent league history. The entire sports world is watching closely, recognizing that any action involving Jalen Hurts could trigger a ripple effect far beyond the field. The potential impact extends from roster planning and trades to fan engagement, marketing, and the public perception of the franchise. Analysts are dissecting every possibility, considering how Roseman might leverage draft picks, strategic trades, or even changes in offensive schemes to compensate for Hurts' potential absence. Fans are left to process the idea of seeing their leader play for another team, grappling with hope, doubt, and anticipation. Every minor revelation from the front office is scrutinized, and every subtle gesture from Hurts is interpreted as a hint about his future. This scenario has created a narrative full of tension, drama, and speculation, where even the smallest detail could signal a major shift. The rumor has captivated fans, keeping them on edge and sparking endless debate, demonstrating that in professional football, the drama behind the scenes can be just as thrilling and sometimes even more suspenseful than the game itself. With Hurts at the center of a story that could reshape the Eagles' identity for years to come, Jalen Hurts, meanwhile, remains the focal point of speculation, and sources suggest that he is fully aware of the moves being orchestrated by Roseman, yet is strategically waiting for the right moment to respond. Insiders indicate that Hurts has been given signs that the front office is weighing multiple options, meaning his future remains negotiable, dependent on factors ranging from draft picks to interest from other franchises. The uncertainty surrounding a possible exit has created tension internally, with teammates, coaching staff, and fans navigating an environment full of unanswered questions. Every statement from Roseman is scrutinized, every subtle gesture from Hurts dissected, fueling a constant stream of speculation that turns rumor into obsession. Experts say that if a trade or move is executed, it could redefine not only the Eagles' immediate future, but also the public perception of the franchise, demonstrating how bold decisions can have as much impact off the field as on it. The anticipation has reached a fever pitch, with every minor detail analyzed, making Hurts' situation a high-stakes story that captivates the entire NFL community. Debates about Hurts' potential departure also raise questions about the Eagles' ability to remain competitive without their star quarterback. Analysts are considering the strategic moves Roseman would need to make, evaluating scenarios in which the franchise would have to find top-level replacements, adjust offensive and defensive schemes, and maintain team cohesion despite major changes. Fans are imagining endless hypotheticals, from multiplayer trades to surprising signings that could shake up the league. One thing is clear: if Hurts leaves, the Eagles will need extraordinary strategic planning to stay at the top, a challenge Roseman has historically mastered, but never without risk. Every rumor and leak from insiders fuels the suspense, creating an almost cinematic environment in which Hurts' potential departure could trigger cascading effects across the roster, fan base, and broader sports community. The speculation feels endless, yet each new tidbit reinforces the sense that a transformative moment could be imminent. FlyEaglesFly News family, smash subscribe and hit like. Your support keeps the freshest Philadelphia Eagles updates flying in. Drop your take in the comments and let's talk birds. The front office, led by Roseman, appears to be playing a high-stakes game, keeping cards close to their chest while whispers of Hurts' exit circulate. Sources suggest that silent negotiations might involve multiple players, draft picks, and even unexpected trades, all pointing to a strategic plan that could surprise the entire league. For many, the idea of Hurts leaving is seen as a long-term move designed to create new opportunities, and strengthen weak areas of the team. This bold approach is typical of Roseman, whose shocking yet often brilliant decisions have defined his tenure. Fans, meanwhile, struggle with uncertainty, speculating nonstop on social media about what the future might hold without their quarterback. Each minor revelation from the front office fuels discussions, creating a near-obsessive focus on potential outcomes and demonstrating that in the NFL, strategic decisions off the field can be as dramatic as any game-winning play. Every new detail about the Eagles' behind-the-scenes moves is analyzed with painstaking attention, and Hurts' rumored exit has become the most discussed topic among fans and experts. Insider chatter indicates that Roseman is exploring all possibilities, from complex trades to roster adjustments that could completely change the team's dynamics. Fans attempt to imagine how the future could unfold, from Hurts' continued leadership to a trade that could shake up the league. Analysts point out that Hurts leaving would have impacts beyond the field, influencing marketing, fan engagement, and public perception. Every move, comment, and action from Roseman is interpreted as a potential clue, increasing suspense and anticipation. Hurts remains the silent protagonist of a drama whose resolution could reshape the Eagles' trajectory, turning speculation into reality and keeping fans, players, and the entire sports community on edge, waiting for the next chapter of this intense and mysterious saga. As rumors spread and speculation intensifies, the possibility of Jalen Hurts leaving the Eagles has created a storyline almost cinematic in scope, gripping fans and analysts alike. Every action from the front office is scrutinized. Every insider comment becomes a headline, and the tension mixes with anticipation, forming an atmosphere in which Hurts' future and the team's trajectory seem uncertain. Experts suggest that Roseman is exploring all options, from secret negotiations to strategic adjustments that could redefine the roster entirely. The complexity of these decisions makes the outcome unpredictable, transforming rumor into endless debate. This situation highlights Roseman's skill in controlling suspense and managing information, keeping the entire NFL community focused on subtle signals. Ultimately, the story surrounding Jalen Hurts and the Eagles has become a chess match of strategy, where every move counts and each decision carries long-term consequences. The speculation, loaded with emotion and tension, continues to grow, proving that behind-the-scenes drama in professional football can be as captivating as the game itself, and that the fate of a star quarterback can dominate the league's conversation for weeks, leaving everyone eagerly awaiting the next twist in this gripping saga. That's a wrap from FlyEaglesFly News. If you want the fastest Eagles updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Sound off in the comments. Let's talk birds.